Sowore, says presidential spokesperson. Presidential spokesperson Mr. Garba Shehu on Saturday night gave an account of what led to a meeting with detained activist Omoyele Sowore and some personalities allegedly to discuss his freedom. An online medium, Premium Times, had named special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Mr. Femi Adesina, Issa Funtua, This Day publisher Nduka Ogbaibena, and Shehu among a team that went to meet with Sowore at the Department of State Services headquarters in Abuja, allegedly on behalf of President Muhammadu Buhari to negotiate his release. The publication said it found out Buhari sent teams to Sowore to pressure him to give up his struggles in defiance to court orders asking the DSS release him on bail. Speaking on what led to the meeting, Shehu said the idea came from the media community to intercede for Sowore, being one of theirs. The presidential spokesperson said the meeting took place about the time the convener of the #RevolutionNow protest was arrested in August, adding that Sowore had yet to be charged to court at the time. Shehu stated that the meeting was neither arranged by Buhari nor held on his behalf by the persons who met with Sowore. Yes, the leadership of the media community asked to see Sowore and they were allowed to meet him. Their reasoning is that although he acted as a politician, the fact that he came from the media imposed a responsibility on them to intercede for him. It had nothing to do with President Buhari. On the date of the meeting and what was discussed, he said this was very early after his arrest. He hadn't been charged as at that time. Sowore was pleased to receive us. All our leaders asked him to do was operate within the law. He promised cooperation. He said that his lawyer needed to be talked to, and I am aware that his lawyer had been met. So guys, we all know what has been playing out before now. So do they really want us to believe a Garba Shehu just of recent? You know, those are the things that make people, they will come and tell you, oh, it is a hate speech, it is fake news and all of that. Just of recent, what happened between Oshibajo's ADs and the Cabal? The ADs were sacked. Initially, they denied it, that no, they were not sacked, that people, the mischief makers, were making up all of these things. The next thing we heard from Garba Shehu making a categorical statement on behalf of the presidency, on behalf of the president. And everybody believed, okay, since it came from you, right, you are denied it, but now it's coming that the ADs were sacked because of you trying to cut costs, and people still have their own reservations concerning that. The president came and said, no, these guys were not sacked, that people are just, making things out of nothing. They are adding ethnic and tribal or religion sentiments or colorations to all of these things. That how were they sacked? They were not sacked, they were just redeployed to other ministries. And the ADs came out and said they were sacked. So who are we to believe now? You can imagine, who are we to believe in that? Who is now giving fake news? Is it the Garba Shehu that is giving fake news, or the president that is playing to the gallery, or they are just playing themselves? As it is now, it's a known fact that these ADs have been sacked, but we are hearing different stories. Like we said, it's going to 3 weeks that the president came back from the UK. He has not done anything about it, and nobody is even saying anything about it. And now they are coming to tell us, oh, some people, oh, it's a good thing that he even agreed that some people, and they mentioned them, according to what a Premium Times had gathered, they met with Sowore, whether it was they had not charged him to court or they had charged him to court, but the truth remains that they met with this guy, and they are telling him, they said they were telling him to work within the law, within the constitution, within what the law has stipulated. That is what they are talking about. And we heard sometime about some weeks ago, when we really heard that they are trying to, since DSS refused to release him, that they were trying to meet with him, and he said he was not going to meet with them. He said he was not going to meet with them. And according to what Gabashew said, that Sowore was happy to meet with them, that it happened in August. And recently, just recently, Sowore information had it that some presidency, some people were sent from the presidency to discuss with him, so that he will be able to negotiate his release. I don't think there's anything to negotiate here, because they've already taken it into the court, and the court has already made its own statement or its own judgment concerning all of this. And so why moving from places to places? But now what they are telling us now is that the meeting was not a recent one, that it was after that, immediately after he was arrested. That time he had not been charged. The question is that before the stipulated date that they were going to go for that protest, why didn't they call him that, oh, come, these are the things that we know that you guys are talking about? Or they would have even, better still, let them go for that protest. Then you can call them. But now they are what they ought to have done initially is what they are doing at the end of the day. After he was arrested, that was, let us even judge all of this. If it was after he was arrested, they now called him, they had meeting with him. But the truth is that, people from the presidency, okay, the people that were being mentioned, but he said it was not from the president. It is always like that. And a lot of people have been saying, with all this election abnormalities happening here and there, it is not the president that will go and say, go and do this, but then we know that people are working on his behalf. A lot of people are really working on his behalf, and the man is just standing as an innocent person. He knows all that have been happening in the party, in all of these things that are happening. He will not come out directly so that people will not hold him responsible. Oh, it was the president that discussed with me. Of course, he's not going to discuss with them. Even just the way he has not been saying things to Nigeria, he has not even been encouraging Nigerians. Even when the little time he will speak, you cannot even hear words of encouragement from him, that is even encouraging people. So he will not even come out boldly to say, oh, it is the one sending these particular people. Whereas the people that have been mentioned, they are so close to him. So meanwhile, they didn't tell him anything. So they are telling us that as we are hearing it now, that is when the president is hearing about their meeting with Sowore, something is going on somewhere. And it will be better, and it will be a good thing that this man, Sowore, will not yield to their request, because if he does, that is the end. A lot of people are blaming him. Oh, let them present the shorties now. What is the big day about the shorties? If you present the shorties, that means they have laid a bad example, a bad legacy, that even these people will bring some kind of thing that even nobody will be able to come out of it. So it is better let them follow the law. Since they don't want to follow the law according to what the court has said, then so be it. Who is getting the embarrassment left, right, and center? Is it not the presidency? Now they are telling us that though they met with him, but it was not the president that sent them. It was not even recent time. It was immediately when he was arrested. Then he had not been charged to court. So what are we talking about? So there is this ground movement, to persuade these guys. Because why are they not talking about the disobedience to court order by the DSS? Why are they not talking about it? Or are they trying to separate or exonerate themselves from DSS, that they don't know that DSS is working, or SSS as they may call them, working independently? They are not interfering. Things are not hard enough. In as much the issue of the ADs, the same Gabashew said the people were sacked, that they were sacked. The president said no, they were just being redeployed. Who are we to believe? So he wants us to believe all of these things. And we have heard it, just like I said, some weeks back, very recently, that they are trying to meet with him. But he said he was not going to meet with them because he wanted them to obey that court order. After the court order, after he must have been released, then if they want to have a round table with him, fine. But not that when he's still in the custody, you want to have a meeting with him. I think that's why they are coming out to now try to debunk it, that it was not very recent they met with him, that it was just around August time when he was arrested. I think that's why they are trying to clear that area. That means what we heard concerning the presidency trying to meet with him, trying to negotiate with him, was really true. They will continue to change all the narratives. But we know how all of these things play out. So let them continue holding him. Who is getting the embarrassment? It is them that getting the embarrassment. And it's not only on Sowore, the likes of Dasuki and Ezazaki and Agbajalingu, all of them like that. So it is not only, it is only on one case that they say, they are not obeying court order, because they will not tell you that national security supersedes what is it called? Rule of rights, human rights. That's what they're always talking about. National security, whether it supersede the rule of law or it supersede personal rights. That is what they are standing on. Let them continue. The whole world is watching. And if they think that they are going to get good things even from other countries, they will just go there, you will discuss with them, they will deceive you, they will tell you they are coming back to your country to have business with you. But because they know your stand, that you guys don't even, you don't obey law. And meanwhile, you will expect them to think very well of you with all the insinuations, with all the things that have been happening. Now the president is coming, the presidency or the Nigerian government is making the international communities to believe their insinuations, the kind of mindset they have for Nigeria, because they are legalizing irregularities by not obeying court order. Someone says, another lie from the presidential spokesman. You are known for lies, and I will not agree until I hear from someone's group. Now we understand the reason for Sowore's troubles. Buhari and his people felt that he needs to be taught a lesson for refusing to listen to them. This is abuse of power at its highest. Wow. So guys, what do you think about the statement from Garba Shehu that they met Sowore around August, not recently, and they just met him so that he will be able to, work within the law? Leave your comments below and let's hear your own take. Bye.